or evening to you. This is my creative representation. My chosen literary work is Coraline. This is an organizer that shows how the original text Coraline relates to my creative representation and to global issues regarding mental health and wellness. Now I'll start with the middle part of the Venn diagram. Coraline is a dark fantasy children's novella by the British author Neil Gaiman, published in 2002. This novella tackles different themes, primarily isolation and neglection. The global issues connected to the theme of Coraline, based on my own analysis and interpretation, are poor parental guidance, teen drug use, and the problem which has often been underestimated by many, which is depression.
Good night, Mom. Good night, Dad.
All of these issues I've listed are current challenges in the world. In many situations, we see children not receiving the right care or understanding from their loved ones, and this has led to a sense of need. It deepens their sense of not being good enough. This is often associated to drug use, which serves as an escape from reality for many people, just as Coraline, who felt neglected, preferred the idealized world than her real parents. And now I'll make a creative representation about the things I've mentioned, particularly through making a poster which represents the themes and global issues related to my chosen literary text, which is Coraline. I'll incorporate it through the use of diverse theme colors, message, symbolism. This poster shows the negative effects of poor parental guidance on young children, such as lack of time for them, leading to a sensation of isolation which is typically created by a child's lack of basic needs such as deprivation from adequate supervision as well as emotional and social needs, which we call neglect, a problem that has resulted in issues like teen drug use and serious mental health disorders like depression. So I used symbolism, a message, and colors to incorporate all the mentioned global issues and underlying themes related to Coraline. Now I'll start with the symbolism. If we look at the girl, we can see a button eye. As we know in the movie Coraline, if you accept to have button eyes, you agree to forget about the actual world and instead live in a phony world. I believe that in the vast majority of cases, particularly among today's youth, this is what they want to experience, having that button eye to feel what it's like to live in such an idealistic environment. We can also see X's in the eyes of the parents. The gloomy side on the left depicts how parents naturally care for their own offspring. However, as you can see, the poster has X marks on it. It reflects the flaws and shortcomings of today's parents who are too preoccupied with other things to remember the most crucial thing they must provide to their children: love, attention, and time. We can also see the girl. The girl represents the youth of today who are suffering from different global issues similar to the ones I've mentioned. Now I'll talk about the colors. I believe the hue or the atmosphere on the left side of the poster is appropriate because it depicts current world issues and heavy themes connected to the novella Coraline. We can see that it's monotone and not quite as colorful compared to its other half. There I incorporate the global issue depression, therefore the lonely atmosphere. On the other hand, the right side, which has a brighter tone, depicts the ideal world that I've mentioned. It shows drugs along the lines of a dose of happiness because many people who are under its effect occasionally experience withdrawals where they feel happier. Now for the last part is the message on my poster. Don't drown thinking about an idealized life or what could have been. Instead, start living with what you have and create your happiness. This message primarily urges today's youth to build their own happiness and to not overburden themselves, and to instead live with what they have and go from there, to always move forward and keep their eyes straight.